last week I talked about how the picture I shared was had a lot of planning and intention behind it, and I knew weeks in advance what I was going to try and get, and then I planned out the position of my camera and all that. This one is kind of the other end of the spectrum, sort of. I didn't know exactly what picture I wanted to get, but I literally set out on my way to work with the intention of getting a picture. And sometimes I find that changing my mindset about taking photos makes all the difference in the world. Sometimes I'll leave my house or I'll leave my office, just go for a walk around campus. And I just don't really know what to do. Like I'll have my camera with me and I'll just kind of look around and just nothing really strikes me as a good photo opportunity. But sometimes with a change of my mindset, I think I'm going to get a photo. I don't know what, but I'm gonna take something. And more often than not, it actually works. Just that change in mindset rather than thinking, well, I hope I get a photo or I hope I find a good photo opportunity. I try to approach it as I am going to find a good photo opportunity. And often I do. And that's exactly what happens here. What happened here. I have my camera with me. I left for work and I thought I'm going to locate a photo opportunity today. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I'm going to find something. And sure enough, it worked. I left my car in the parking lot. Like I parked, I got out of my car, I had my camera with me, and the sun was just poking over the horizon. And that is a really fun time to look for photo opportunities. But I didn't really have anything that struck me as this here that is what I want to take a picture of. I just thought this is a good time of day. Campus is quiet. I've got a few minutes before I actually need to be at my office. There must be something around here. I'm going to find something. And sure enough, I got this. This is, I believe, a tulip tree. And I've seen these flowers many times before. In fact, this is right outside the building where I work. So I see this all the time. And every year, around the same time of year in the spring, these purple flowers start showing up. But the difference here was the sun was just over the horizon in the background. And you can actually see on the left-hand side of the photo, that is the sun. I took this literally looking straight into the sun, which means it was horribly backlit. But that's okay. I adjusted the exposure compensation. I shot this at low ISO, and I was able to bring up all of the shadow detail in the flower itself, or at least most of it. If the light was coming from a different direction, I think there would be, it'd be a little more balanced. As it is, it was a little tricky to get the flower as bright as I wanted without losing everything behind. And at some point it just got to look silly. As I was editing this in Lightroom, it's very clearly all the light is behind the subject. So it looked super artificial if I raised the shadows too much to have the flower super bright. Even though I could in Lightroom, I shoot in RAW and I had the detail to do it. But in the end, I got the photo that you see here, and I got it because I had this mindset of I'm going to find a good photo opportunity. I know it. I'm going to find something. And it worked. I shot this at f8. I did try a couple at smaller apertures, f11, and that made the flower a little sharper, but then I lost some of the background blur that I really like. I also shot at a wider aperture, like f4, and that didn't work either. f8 was the sweet spot. My macro lens, 105 millimeter, 1/200th of a second. The ISO actually wasn't as low as I normally would take something like this, 1100. And if it were a little lower, it would have been a little better. I compensated for it though by using the noise reduction tool in Lightroom. I'm pretty sure I used the AI noise reduction tool, but I don't remember exactly. It does a really good job of just getting rid of the noise in photos. In the end, I did what I set out to do. I wanted to get a good photo, and I got a good photo, and it's really fun to be able to do something like that.